Constellations reflects the idea that there are a lot of organizations and programs and efforts that are focused on computer science education at the moment, on including students in STEM fields broadly, but they haven't necessarily arranged themselves in what we would think of as a constellation to have a broader impact and infrastructural change on the trajectory of large communities of students, particularly students of color and those who are underserved in various ways.
A significant barrier is this inherent and very often unconscious bias or belief about how students learn, and particularly how students of color achieve in certain subjects like math or science. And that in itself is a barrier for students to continuing to study a course like computer science.
The intent there is that we view that computing is a very important skill for this particular period of time in the kind of this technical age at the end of the first quarter of the 21st century. And in order for everyone to have access to it, it has to be democratized. And there we view the idea and the intent of it as an artifact of social justice.
We already know there's an equity issue in the computer science field. How the lack of women and ethnic minorities and even rural students in that field and courses in college and even in high school courses, they're self-selecting out because there's not a whole lot of development at the lower grade levels.
And we're coming into this with the idea that no matter what skin color you have, you can learn computer science, that there's great opportunity to bring diverse perspectives to the table. And I think Constellations as that platform to have those conversations, and the more people that we can bring together, the better we can build those pathways for students and for teachers and for the whole education system to really support computer science education for everyone.
We are really excited about the partnership between the Georgia Department of Education and the Constellations Center for Equity in Computing. What we see happening over time is that we will keep our finger on the pulse of the increases in student access and participation in computer science education. And we rely on our higher education partners to be providers of student access, as well as to help us keep track of our data and treat that data with us so that we understand what our gaps are.
This center itself is a demonstration of the leadership, recognizing that in this particular moment of time, when equity is an issue, equality is an issue, diversity and inclusion is an issue, and the very formation of higher education itself and the role that higher education institutions play in civic responsibility and egalitarianism, I think tech has an unusual role and responsibility in that.
We're all learners in this age. We're all experiencing a change in education that's so exciting right now, because as society becomes a digital society, we think computer science is absolutely necessary. But what an exciting time to be in to invent that discipline.
And I'm very proud to say that it has taken this on. I think the mere fact that this Constellations Center exists here in the College of Computing is evidence of the fact of Georgia Tech's leadership in this space.